Hi friends, welcome to our February blog class. I gave you a little sneak peek of it last month, but now I'm going to show it to you close up. So we have all these cute little mini albums and envelopes and tags and more mini albums and little file pockets. Lots of fun stuff that we're going to make. And our cute Pia that made our Christmas train made this box, and she has 4 compartments in it. And she made everything in the box. It has 4 compartments, so we're going to do week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, just to fill the little compartments. She used a really thick chipboard, and she made this box like a little drawer. We are not going to make the box on the blog class, so I'm going to leave that up to you if you would like to make your own box, or you could get an old file drawer or something like that from a flea market. I have a shoebox here, and it is about the same size. So I could cover this and then just section it off. So there's lots of choices for you to use for your box. So be thinking about that, and you won't need it till the end when you need to put everything in it. So just be thinking what you want for your box. And on hers that she made, she even bought this cute drawer handle and stuck on there. It's adorable. It just didn't fit into our month. So I just wanted to mention a couple things. It's February, and yeah, I've fallen off the wagon on every single goal I made in January. I'm not healthy. Haven't been budgeting. I haven't been trying to filter what I say. I haven't stopped drinking soda. So I need January again, but whatever, there's always next year. I'll enjoy the next 11 months and then set goals again. Another thing I'd like to mention is this cute little pin I have on. It says "We Love Corey," and my #1 fan, Corey, needed a little extra support. So all of us are wearing cute little orange pins just to give her a little love and support in her life right now. So we just want her to know that we love her. And with that, I think we're ready. Hopefully you have all of your snow day supplies. I'm so excited to use this line. It's so much fun. And I don't know if you've heard, but here in Utah we have a boatload of snow, and I love it. Utah is known for the greatest snow on earth. In the last couple winters, snows a little, the next day it's melted and gone. That's kind of depressing. So this year we've got dumped on and poured on, and it's deep and it's great. So this snow day line is perfect for snow events. It's also perfect if you don't have snow events. You can totally use it without the snowflakes, and the colors in it could totally be spring. I've said totally a lot, sorry. They could be spring, they could be summer, it could be just kind of a generic event, but this paper is way versatile and way easy to use. I love playing with it. So with that, we will get started. Well, let me show you what we're going to make. So the first thing in our box is this cute little album. So we're going to make that guy. And the second thing in that same pocket is this tag album. So that's what we're going to play with today, is making these 2 cute albums. So I hope that y'all have fun. Okay, this is our first little album, and you are going to be surprised how easy this is. The front and back covers will take us a minute, and then the inside is really easy. I'm kind of excited about it. So the first thing you're going to need is this piece of Noteworthy out of your Noteworthy package, which we're using a lot of the Noteworthy, and I'm sure I've told you before, but it is my favorite product ever. So you're going to take that piece out, then get a piece of your chipboard and just trace it onto the chipboard. Just trace that. And then you're actually going to need 2 of those. So either cut that one out and trace again, or just trace this one twice, but you're going to want 2 of these. Okay, so the front's going to come from our Snow Globe Noteworthy. On the back, you're going to need this Snow Day sledding page. And we want to use this center section right here for our cover. So on this paper, trim off your top and then cut it into 4-inch strips. So you have 3 4x12 strips, and then keep out the center strip and set these two aside. So for our cover, we're going to use that middle 4 inches. So you're going to have 2 chipboard snow globes. The first one you're going to cover with the snow globe. The second one will come from that 4-inch strip. And on the other one side will be from your 4-inch strip, and the back side will be from a piece of Snow Day Flurries. So, I'll just keep going. The back side will be from Snow Day Flurries. So that's going to be the back of our album. These are the insides, and there's our cover. So starting with our cover, this also is in your Noteworthy. It says, "You Melt My Heart." And we are going to put that on right over here. So I'm popping it up, but don't put pop dots right where that's going to hang off a little. So keep that top right. Bump on the heart. Empty. We're just going to put that guy right there. Okay, so now you need a punch, and I have a snowflake punch, and I'm assuming that all of you have punches. So you just need a little punch, and you could use a lot of things. Pia used this little flower. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to use a little snowflake punch. So you could kind of just use whatever you have laying around. I think I've said it to you before, and I'm going to say it again, that it doesn't have to be exact when you do your own thing. It adds a little personality, a little character to it. So there's my snowflake. And then I'm going to put a jewel right in the middle of it. And then I'm going to put, can you see Pia's here? I'm going to put jewels across the bottom. And I can see here that she's done the same thing. Sometimes you just like a little extra adhesive just to make sure they don't pop off, especially if you think that a lot of people are going to be going through it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of my diamond glaze or glossy accents and then add my jewels. So that's really it for the cover, because we're going to add the mitten out of your buttons and some string onto our ring when we get the rest done. So you have your cover, which is backed with Snow Day Sledding, and then your back with flurries. All right, now the insides of this, see all these cute little tags? They are one of my favorite papers in this collection. Is the Snow Day cards, and it's all these little tags. So you're going to cut out all of these tags and punch a hole in them. And for this album, we will not be using the little ones, but we will use them later in our box. So save those aside somewhere where they're not going to get lost. We'll actually use Happy Day today, and then these other ones we'll use on one of the other weeks. So your job is to cut out all of these tags and punch holes, and then you're going to want to punch a hole here. Let me just show you where hers is. So she's got hers, I would say she has not quite 1/4 of an inch down. And then she just put them together. So, and all our little tags will be in here, and you can put them in whatever order you want. And then you have those to add photos to and journaling and all kinds of fun stuff. And then put it together, put your mitten on your ring, tie a little string, and your first album is done. How easy was that? And it's adorable. Okay, we'll move on to our second album. And it is tags. See that? Lots of fun stuff in there. This one's going to be a little more in depth than our first one. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, I guess you won't really have this, so I'll have to leave a pattern for you for this. So we have this pattern right here, which I will leave for you. And we're going to cut out 7 of those. And this is 3 7/8 across. And then the papers that I'm going to cover with, I cut them to be 3 7/8 by 6. And then I adhere them. And then I turn them over and I use an X-Acto to cut the page. So I run my chipboard through my Xyron, so it's all sticky. Then I cut the paper that I want into a 3 7/8 by 6. Then I stick it on. Then I turn it over, and I like to use a glass mat and take an X-Acto knife and just trim that, and then trim my 2 little corners. And that's how we get our pages covered. So as we go through the pages, I will tell you what paper they are, and then what embellishments we use and the sizes and everything. So all of these are going to be 3 7/8 by 6. Okay, so for our cover, the first thing you're going to want is a piece of the same paper, the Snow Day dot, and you're going to want that 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Then you're going to use a border punch on 3 sides. And you don't need the top bordered because we're going to cover it up. And you can use any border punch you'd like. I chose just a scallop. Pia used a more intricate punch. So it's just kind of up to you what border punch you want to use. So that goes down first. Oh, I forgot to share with you a little tip. So instead of pop dots, on a lot of Pia's things, she puts pieces of chipboard under it to pop it up. It kind of just adds a little layer of dimension. So on this one, just to show you this little tip, I just cut this little piece of chipboard 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. And I'm just going to lay it down first. So it's going to be smaller than my piece, but it's just going to be used like a pop dot. It'll just be a little less popped than. So, I don't know if you can see that, but it just pops it off a little bit. And I don't know if you noticed from when I put it on the first time, but it's more visible this way. It kind of gives it a natural shadow. So, that's a fun tip that she does. I've noticed on a lot of her stuff that she'll put chipboard under her papers. So the next thing you want is a piece of sunflower, and it's going to be 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. It happens to be the same size as my chipboard. And it's going to border right there. So 2 1/2 by 3 1/2 on the chipboard, on the sunflower as well. Sorry. Alright, and then from your 12 by 12 chipboard, you want the little piece that says hip hip hooray, it's a snow day. And it's actually going to go right on top of that. And that's why we didn't need to border across the top, because that's going to go right on there. Okay, and then from your Noteworthy, you want to get these cute mittens. And I've added pop dots to them. Want them to stand up. Get our white little tabs off. And then, after we put these on, you're going to need your sticker. And I believe it's called Mitten Weather. Yeah, your cardstock sticker called Mitten Weather. So this guy's going to go there. And then from this sticker, I'm going to use these 2 little circles. And they're just going to go right down here. And then we're going to just bling this baby up. Okay, so after you add your bling, looks like that. Okay, the back side of each of these pages is blank. Let me show you. So Pia's added a photo to the back of each one. So on her front, she does not have photos, but then on the back, she's added the photos. So we are not going to do anything on the back. But I think it would also be fun, even on the front, if you added a photo right under there. Would be cute. You could add a couple little photos here. So I think it would be fun. You can kind of personalize it and do what you want after we get it all done. So we will move on to page 2. Okay, for our second page, we're going to use Snow Day Mittens on front, and then the back of Snow Day Mittens on the back. And before I go any further, I'm just going to tell you, if you want your album inked up, go ahead and ink all the pieces after you get them all cut out and ink your album. Pia inked everything, and I did not. So it's just personal preference if you want to ink or not. So keep that in mind, that you ink everything if you want that look. We're going to use the chipboard technique again. So you need a little piece of chipboard that's 2 inches by 3 7/8 that fits across. We're not going to adhere that on yet. Then you need the back side of Snow Day, a piece that's the same, 2 inches by 3 7/8. Stick those together. We're not going to stick that on there yet. You want to get your piece of Jack Frost from your 12 by 12 chipboard, and then I put 3 or 4 strands of string together, and I went in the left side and came back up through the right side. Now I'm going to put that, oh, and I put some pop dots on there. Okay, so I'm going to center that right here. And then I'm going to bring these around here. And I'm just going to tape them on with just some regular old Scotch tape. And then I'm just going to trim off that excess so that it's not real bulky when I put it down to the page. Alright, and sometimes when you have a little bump like this, it doesn't adhere as well, so just kind of make sure you get a good amount of adhesive on there. And now we're just going to stick that right across the center of the page. Okay, then from your buttons, you want this cute snowflake, and it has this little hoop on top that you could hook it to something, and we don't want that to show, so we're going to tuck that under Jack Frost right up here and stick him there. So he's just a little snowflake and his top is hidden. Then we're going to do some of the bling that's the strip and put that right across under, nipping at your nose. We're going to give 2 of the corners. We're going to do the top left and the bottom right with some big bling. And then one last piece of little bling right in the center of that cute snowflake. And this one you'll definitely want to put some extra adhesive on just because it's metal and the bling's not going to stay on as well. And the last thing we're going to add to polish that off is just tie a bow with your string and add it to that hole right there so it looks like you actually tied it on. Oh, isn't that so cute? I love it. So there's page 2, and then we leave the back side blank. Page 3 looks a little something like this. And this paper is called Snow Day Pajamas. The back side of Snow Day Pajamas. But the back of this one, we're just going to cover with our ocean dot. So page 3, back side of Snow Day Pajamas, and the back of it is the ocean dot. So first thing you're going to want on this page is, hopefully you have big circle punches, but that's not the first thing you're going to want. I've lost my paper. Right here. Okay, so this is Snow Day Mittens, and I've got a piece, and it is 2 1/4 by 3 7/8. Or actually, that's not 3 7/8. It's too long. This isn't the right size. So I'm going to trim it off. But this is how, when I use decorative scissors, I try and cut my piece to the size I basically want it. And then I just use a ruler and make a straight line. And then that's going to be my guide. So this one, I'm going to use these zigzag scissors. And I'm going to put the end of these points right on my line. Because I like my decorative scissors to be even. And isn't it so funny that we used these way back when, and then they went away, and now they're back? Cracks me up. I know that was really slow, so I'm going to do that to the other side too. Okay, so both sides with our decorative scissors. And we're just going to put that kind of towards the bottom of the page. And I just found that little weird thing right there, so I'm going to turn that upside down because you're not going to see the top side. Put that on, and I'm going to trim it at 3 7/8, which you guys are going to cut yours right, and you won't have to do this step. Okay, then hopefully you have some big circle punches. Mine is, this circle is 3.5 inches, and I'm just going to place that right there, and I am going to leave the dot side out. And that's what I love about the double dot paper, is you get to choose. Do you want a blank or do you want it dotted? It's just kind of personal preference. So I'm going to leave a little bit of my bottom showing right there. And then from the chipboard, get this cute piece that says hot chocolate, hot chocolate, hot chocolate. And we're going to center that so that we have a little border. And this is going to be tricky, I feel. Oh. I did not write down where this is from, but I just figured it out. This piece is on, this is Snow Day Sunshine, and it's on the back of that paper. It's right up here. So cut out that little winter, and we're going to just put that right up there. And then I'm going to put a big blue gem right on that hot cocoa mug. Alright, now that we've got our cute jewel right on our hot cocoa mug, we're just going to add a little glossy accents to this. And really, I think the fun part of albums are the little details that you put into it. So we're going to glossy accent the word winter and the steam coming off of the hot cocoa. We're going to glossy accent the little marshmallows, and then the handle and the bottom. And then just set that aside to dry while you work on your other pages. And you can use any kind of, there's glossy accents. Now that I want to say it, I can't think of any of the other ones. Oh my heck, my mind is blank. I cannot think of any of the other products that are like this. That's annoying. It'll come to me. This is another thing that I have to tell myself. It doesn't matter, because I can get really picky about where it lands and stuff. I just have to say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, so now we're just going to set that aside and move to our next page. Page 4. And that is from Snow Day Sledding. We cut out that center 4 inches that we used on the other album. This is the left side of it. And you want it so that I think it's the top half of it. So this little birdhouse is hanging right there. And as you can see, I didn't cut off that corner, but I'll cut that off in a little bit. Okay, so you need that guy. And then you need from your combo sticker, this little piece that has the snow globe. And you're going to actually cut the snow globe out because it's on a square. So we want to cut that guy out and put some foam squares on the back of him. And we need this cute little frame from your Noteworthy. And also put foam squares on that. And then on that card page, I told you we were going to use that Happy Day. So you want that little piece. And from the chipboard, we want Let It Snow, a blue snowflake, and a purple snowflake that I've misplaced. And then from your buttons, this cute little pair of mittens. There's a big pair and a little pair. The big pair we're going to put on the ring on that first album with the snow globe. So this is the little pair. So our purple snowflake, we're going to put right over top of the birdhouse, and that snowflake is going to be hanging from that string. This cute frame is going to go kind of over to the right at the top. Now if you haven't heard this from me before, I'm going to give you another tip. When I cover with Pop Dots, I don't worry about taking off all of these, because really some of them are just there to hold it up off. I just make sure that I have a few taken off that it will stick, because I don't like those little white things. I think I've said it before, but I wish somebody would invent a way to use those without backs. Okay, and then our cute yellow Let It Snow. We're going to put that right at the top of our... You hear that downstairs? We tell them we're filming. They don't listen. They just want to be a part of it all. So when you hear those little yells, sorry, it's a little bit unprofessional, I know. But that's what they are. Okay, then our blue snowflake. I should make people, when they make noise, come up and introduce themselves to all of you, shouldn't I? That might be my new rule. I like making rules. Okay, blue snowflake goes there. Happy Day is going to go on the bottom. This is my Tombow adhesive. I love Tombow. Tombow is our friends. Happy Day is going to go right across the bottom. And these mittens are going to go above that. And I'm going to tie a little bow and put it right here on this spot in just a minute. Now you want this little snow globe that we cut out. Again, I'm just going to take off enough backs that this will stick. Okay, it's going to go right in the center of that frame, evenly. Okay, fun part again. We're going to put glossy accents all over this globe, so it's going to look like it bevels out and comes off. Looks more like a real snow globe. So I'm laying it on pretty thick right here. This one I'm going to be a little more picky than I was with the other one, because I want it to come out to the edge. And then I don't know how you guys do it, but I'm going to tell you my trick. You could tell me your trick if you have one better. But it gets those little bubbles in it. I use my X-Acto knife and pop them, because I don't really want them there. If you do it while it's wet, it pops them. You probably can't even see them on the screen, but I can see them, and it will drive me nuts. So when that dries, it's going to look like a real snow globe. When you touch it, it kind of compromises a little bit and it can drip, so I'm just trying to get it to a full circle. I'm probably going to mess it up. It's okay. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside and let that dry. And, well, I'm going to tie a bow first. And then after that's dry, we're going to come back with like some kind of stickles, some kind of little glitter glue, and put that around the edge of the globe so that it kind of sparkles. And I'm going to make a tiny little bow. I'm going to put it right on top of there. That's not quite tiny enough. wants to be tinier. It gets tiny if you use a tiny voice. It helps your bow. Just want you guys to know that, because it's true and real. I'm just babbling because I don't want you to be bored. So that's going to go on there, and then little streamers are too long. I'm going to trim them off just a little. And actually, we're going to glossy accent Let It Snow as well. And that one doesn't have to be as thick. Just kind of do it till you don't have any holes. It's like, you know, when you do a cake and you pound it on the floor to get the bubbles out? I'm doing it to kind of smooth it out. So, there's that page, and I'm going to set it aside so that can dry. This page we are going to cover with Snow Day Flurries. And the back of it is the back of Snow Day Flurries. So, on this one, first thing I've done is punched a circle. My circle is 2.5. If you punched it 3, you know, no big deal. It could be a little smaller, a little bigger, whatever you have. Don't go out and buy extra punches. And we're going to stick that on kind of at the top right. Right up there. Not too top, because remember we're going to need holes in here. But right there. And then I'm going to cut another piece of Flurries, but I'm going to use the back side, and it is 3 inches by 3 7/8. And again, I've drawn my little lines, and I'm going to use my decorative scissors to cut that out. And remember, I just put the peaks right along the line, and that way they're straight. Okay, so I've trimmed both of its edges, and now I am going to put it kind of at the bottom of my circle. And then I'm going to do a 3 7/8 by 1 inch piece of the sunflower. And I'm going to stick it right across the center of that. Actually, not across the center. I'm going to put it up a little bit. Ooh, uneven. Ah, annoying. I'm using the plaid on there to make my strip even. Oh! Still not even. My heck. Alright, now you need this cute piece of chipboard from your 12-inch chipboard. This cute little flourish. And we're going to put him going across the circle. And then this cute arrow from the Noteworthy. And he's actually popped up, and I didn't pop him up, so I'm going to do that really quick. After he's on, you want your dimensional stickers, and we're going to pull off the piece that says Frosty. And Frosty's going to go right on top of this arrow. So, I'm going to put my arrow there. And then this piece from your dimensional stickers, that's going to go right on there. And then this cute little guy from our combo sticker that is Frosty, he's going to go right here where it's pointing. Get it? Pointing to Frosty. I know, you got to get up pretty early in the morning to get one over on me, you guys. So we're just going to put Frosty right there. Then, right next to Frosty, there's a little circle that says Let It Snow. We want that one too, because we need snow to make Frosty. It's going to go right down here. I'm going to give Frosty some glossy accents. I'm going to tap it like a cake to get my Glossy accents even. It's not really working. Okay, and then last but certainly not least, we have this cute little pennant. It's from the Noteworthy. I'm just going to tuck it behind Let It Snow. And then at the very end, I'm going to go back and use some glitter glue, and we're going to glitter up some stuff. I haven't been doing it on each page, but we are going to go back and do that. Hopefully after our glossy accents on everything is dry. But there's that page. This is one of my favorite pages. I don't know why. It's just adorable, that's why. Next page is used with Snow Day Mittens. And the first thing you're going to want on that one is a piece of avocado dot that is 3 1/8 by 3 7/8. I can't believe I just measured 3 7/8. It's the same measurement we've been using all day. It's going to go right there. And then you're going to want a piece of the back side of this mitten page. That is 1 inch by 3 7/8. And while we're talking about that, the back of this page is also the back of Snow Day Mittens. This is just not sticking on very good for me evenly. Okay, so then I've got a 1 inch piece that's 3 7/8, and nothing. It's going to go right across the bottom here. Okay, and then out of your 12 by 12 chipboard, get this cute banner that says Scarves, Mittens, and Hats. Oh my. And it is going to go right across the top of the green so that you don't see the edge. So cute. Now we're going to add our scarves, mittens, and hats. So on your stickers, the combo sticker, there's this guy. This cute little hat. And I've got some pop dots on him. And he's kind of the star of our page. He's going to go right there. And then from your 12 by 12 chipboard, there's a little pair of white mittens. We use the big blue ones out of the Noteworthy. These guys are little and white. They're going to go, whoops, down here in the corner. And then from the Noteworthy, we've got these two cute little pennants. There's a blue one with snowflakes, and then the one with the little birdhouse. That's going to kind of represent our scarf. We're going to glue those guys up there, but just for fun, I used a scallop punch, about a 1 inch scallop punch, and just punched a little snowflake. He's going to be on the top of there, which means I'm going to move my pennants down a little bit. I should have done that in a different order. I don't know what I'm doing, don't ask. Just snorted. Oh, this is a disaster. That kind of represents our scarf. And then we're going to put a cute button on top of that. And I took the legs off of a green glitter brad, and I'm going to put him to cover the button. Because remember, I don't like any button without string or something through it. It looks unfinished. It's my rule. So I put a couple glue dots, and hopefully we can get that guy to stick in there. Now I'm going to get a couple of my yellow pearl bling and just put on these mittens. a little extra glue. And then a yellow pearl on each one of those little designs. And then from your combo sticker also, there's a cute little phrase sticker. And it says, "It's snow time." Looks like that. And we're going to put him right across here. That's a little crooked. I'll be taking that off and replacing it. So that's our next page. Not a cute one. Scarves and mittens and hats. Oh my. Okay, next is actually the last page of this album. And we're going to cover it with Snow Day Sunshine. I love this yellow page. So, so cute. And then the back of it, this is Snow Day Pajamas. And that's on the very back. So Snow Day Sunshine, Snow Day Pajamas. We're going to work on this side. And we are going to... So I cut a piece that's about 1.5 inches by the 3 7/8. And I've drawn a line on it. And I'm going to use my scallop scissors again. This time I'm going to use... I said scallop. Decorative scissors. And I'm going to use a scallop. I just use that line as my guide. Okay, and I want this guy to go up. And after we get him on, from your combo sticker, there's a border and it has cute little trees that go all the way across. Cut a 3 7/8 inch piece of that. And it is going to go right across the bottom of that. Mine's a little long, I'll trim that off. Okay, and then from our 12 by 12 chipboard, this cute dimensional snow globe. Actually, before I stick him on, I've cut out of the Snow Day paper just 2 of the individual little brackets that are on there. We're just going to sit those coming off like tabs over here. You could give them little peaks like pennants if you wanted, or just leave them like that. They're cute and yellow on the back. But they're going to go under, just under the edge of our snow globe. So let's do those first. I'm going to put mine kind of like that. And then our snow globe is going to go right there on top of it. Make sure you leave enough room for a hole up there. And then this snow globe has this cute little nameplate here. So you could put the date or the name of your child or just something that coordinates with this album that you're doing. That'll be cute. So just kind of whatever you want to do there. And then we're going to give it a little bling. I'm going to give it 2 little bling here, like this bling is holding on these 2 little tabs. And then tiny little bling on each side of the nameplate. And then again with glossy accents, this is a fun one that Pia's done. So this one, she's just glossy accented this white border there, and then this light glare, the little white glare that makes it look like it is glass. And then these big snowflakes that are coming down. Just, there's a lot coming down, but she's just glossy accented the big ones. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to go back through and put a little bit of glitter on. Alright, now I'm going to go back and add some glitter, and really there's no rhyme or reason to this. I'm using a Viva glitter liner, which I could just go around and line, but I'm actually going to make a puddle and paint it on with the paint brush. I just like the effect of it better. The paintbrush is kind of stiff. Sorry, my bracelets keep hitting the table and making a noise. Sorry, my paintbrush is having problems. Okay, so on the cover, I think I'm just gonna, there's a little chevron across the mittens. So I'm gonna paint a little glitter on there. I'm going to just maybe paint some across this Hip Hip Hooray to give it a little added sparkle. This is really personal preference where you put your glitter, but we'll just go through it together. Page 2 with Jack Frost. I am going to just glitter randomly some of the little snowflakes on these mittens. I'm not going to do them all. Although it's quite addicting after you start doing it. But I'm just going to do some random ones on there. And I think I might give this snowflake a little glitter. What I love about this is that you don't really have to be all that neat. Okay, so there's 2. Page 3 is our Cocoa. I'm just going to do maybe the center of the big blue snowflakes. There's just a few on there. Okay, so that's that for that one. Okay, and this next one, Happy Day. And, you know, on Happy Day, I forgot to put the bling on. So let me just show you where we're going to put that before I move on. I'm going to do a medium-sized purple in the purple snowflake, and another medium-sized purple down here on that green little snowflake that's on the bottom of the bracket. And then I'm going to put some little ones like here on this snowflake and this snowflake, and probably call that good. Now my glossy accent is not completely dry, but I think it's going to be dry enough, and if I ruin it, you guys are going to see a grown woman cry. But I think, and I'll try it on the little guy first, that I'm going to be able to just paint across it with some glitter. Just can't tell. Yeah, I might wait for that just to dry a little more, but I'm going to just paint across the whole thing and then do a thicker edge around the border. Let me show you Pia so you can see. So, I'm going to do all over it and then thicker right around the border. But I'm going to do that one when it dries, so we probably won't see it today because I'm going to let it dry overnight. Next, we have my favorite page, that's Frosty. And that one, we're going to glitter, Let It Snow. I'm going to give that quite a bit. And then I'm going to glitter just some random snowflakes up in here. A couple down in here. I think I'm going to glitter just kind of across my zigzag there. And then again on the bottom. Just for fun. So that one I've just kind of, actually I just decided I was going to glitter one more thing. This cute flourish. I got too much glitter on my paintbrush. That little guy's not dry yet. Okay, and then our scarves and mittens and hats. Oh my. Let's glitter our saying. Kind of highlight what that page is about. And I'm going to glitter the little top of the hat. I went a little too far. Because of the finish of the sticker, it doesn't spread so well, so it's kind of thick. I'm going to just give a little bit of glitter to the snowflakes on my mittens. Yep, I like that now. And then on the last one, which is completely not dry, and I just realized that I didn't glossy accent the snowflakes, so I'm going to glitter them. The big ones. And I'm putting it on kind of thick. Just try to pick up a little glob with the end of my paintbrush. Just kind of add it on kind of thick. These cute little slutters kind of make me think of a Norman Rockwell painting. Kind of takes me to a happy place. Just saying. Okay, yep. I'm just going to glitter where I scalloped there. And that's going to do it. Alright, now they're wet, so I can't put them together right now. I've got to let them lay out. But you are going to, when you're all dry and ready, you want to punch holes. Now, Pia used these big eyelets, and I don't have access to them, so if you want to do eyelets in yours, go right ahead. It kind of makes it a little more sturdy. I don't have any. But she's about 3/4 of an inch from the top. So put a hole in all of your tags. Then use a binder ring through it. Looks like she has one that's about, just going to measure it, 1.5 inch binder ring. And then she's just tied clover and sunflower and tan ribbon and then some string in there just to add a little character. And then you have your cute tag album that we get to sit back in our box. So we have our snow globe album with all its little tags inside. And then our tag album, our Hip Hip Hooray, It's a Snow Day album. And those are the two little binders that are in the first box. And next week, let me show you what we're going to be working on. We're going to make these little envelope packets that have picture cards in them. This cute little guy that unfolds, he's kind of like a frame. He unfolds like that. I'm going to make him out of some more chipboard. Another envelope. Don't throw away your packaging, because this is made out of the packaging. It's a cute tag that says, "Baby, it's cold outside." And then these cute tabbed pages out of some chipboard. So that's what's in the second pocket, and we will work on those next week. You guys are awesome, and I will talk to you then. Bye.